Hi, this is Gigi, and today I want to talk to you about manifesting. Earlier I had a conversation with a friend, and she just couldn't grasp the entire concept of manifestation and manifesting things in your life. And so it's something that I am passionate about. It's something that I do on a regular basis, and it has brought me a lot of joy and happiness in my life. I've manifested a lot of things, from my dream car to my home to just not having to stop at a red light or having a designated parking spot. I mean, it's unlimited. You just don't have to look at it as like manifesting material items. It could be anything: peace, joy, love, you know, stronger family unit, anything, whatever you can imagine, you can manifest. Anything you can dream of, you can manifest. And I just want to tell you about a few tips that I use to manifest, and how just some examples of things that I've manifested. And I manifested my dream car twice. It's not a cheap, the second car was not a cheap car at all. And I got it for below retail price. So I believe in it. I know that it works. I know that it can work for you and it can help you. But in order to be able to manifest and to be able to create a life of abundance, you have to have a positive mindset. And in order to have a positive mindset, you got to be willing to let go of the negative things in your life. You got to be willing to distance yourself from negative people. You have to be grateful. You have to be willing to allow the universe to bless you. And you have to be the channel that energy flows in and out through you and around you. And to get a clear vision of the things that I want in my life, I like to write down the things that I want. I like to write down my dreams, write down my goals, and then I'll say a little prayer. And I'll just write down some things about each one: how it's going to make me feel, how it's going to enrich my life, how it's going to allow me to be a blessing to other people. And then information that I've written down, I have a little journal that I write in, and then I'll pray over it, and then I'll just put it away. Because one thing about manifesting is you cannot obsess over it. If you obsess over it, it's almost like telling the universe that I'm not really sure I deserve this. I don't believe you're going to bless me with this. I'm not quite sure that it's really mine. But when you can write down something, and then you can pray over it and you can leave it alone, then that's a way of saying, I know that I deserve it. I know that you're going to give it to me, and I know that it's mine. So whenever I want something, I never obsess over it. You cannot obsess over it, because it's almost like a relationship. When you first meet someone and the two of you can't wait to be around each other, you want to spend all your time together. But the minute you decide, yeah, I'm falling for him, I really like him, I want to spend all my time with him, I can't wait to see him again, it's like that person starts pulling away, because it's like you're projecting a certain type of energy, and it comes across as needy or aggressive, but it's actually nervousness that you don't know how to channel. You don't know what to do with that nervous energy. So it comes across as being needy and aggressive. So I like to speak what I want, have a clear vision. I pray on it, and then I release it to the universe. I don't know when it's going to happen. I don't care when it happens. I just let the universe know that I'm thankful. I'm thanking you in advance, because I know you're going to give it to me. And that has always worked for me. And I can tell you that you have to be careful when you're trying to manifest of the people you have around you and in your life. Because if you're trying to manifest abundance, but you have a friend that has a mindset of poverty, it's going to clash. You're going to waver, because this person is not going to understand what you're doing. For instance, you say, oh, my dream car is a Range Rover. I really want a Range Rover. And you may only have a job right now where you're making $35,000. And they're going to be like, girl, why? Really? Why are you doing that? You're doing too much. Why do you need that? You don't need that. So you don't want people around you that's telling you it's not possible. You don't want people around you that's telling you it can't happen. It can't be. Why do you need that? You want somebody saying, absolutely, you deserve it. Absolutely, I agree with you. You want somebody that's going to be in agreement with you. And if you don't have the people around you that can agree with you, and it can pray that you can receive your blessings and you can receive the desires of your heart, it's sometimes best to just not tell anyone, to just write it down, put it in a safe place, and keep your mouth shut. Because I promise you, if you start wavering, you're not going to get it. If you start obsessing over it, you're not going to get it. And because if you're making $35,000 a year and you desire to have a $75,000, $80,000, $90,000 car, there's a lot of things that's got to happen in between that desire and you getting that car. So one thing may be, if you put it out there, this is my dream car, I want this car. If you put it on a vision board or a mood board, or if you write it down in your journal and then you release it to the universe, then the universe is going to start moving things out of the way, putting things in your path. It could be a promotion, it could be a dream job, it could be someone blesses you with money, it could be an inheritance. Certain things have to take place in order for you to achieve that status where you're in a position that you can secure an almost $100,000 vehicle. So it's not like I'm going to pray for this car and then I'm going to go to the car dealership and expect to get this type of car, and I can only afford a $300 car note. So it's not like that. But it's like allowing the universe to place you in positions and to open doors for you that's going to allow you to into a better position on your job, which will in return pay you more money, and allowing you to start looking at your finances and how you're maybe overspending in a certain area. Then you're going to start stop the overspending. You're going to start saving more. When you start saving more, you're going to build up more cash flow. When you build up more cash flow, you're going to start making conscious decisions about how you spend your money. And it's not just one thing, it's a set of things that takes place that get you to the end goal. It's the same as losing weight. You don't just say, I want to lose weight, and then 3-4 months later, you've lost the weight. No, you got to start eating better. You got to put away the things that you know are unhealthy for you. And then you got to work out. And if you're not working out, you really got to hone in the way you eat. So that's how manifestation works. An example is, I had a desire to get a promotion. At the time, I took a job which was a decrease in pay in order to get to a certain place that I wanted to be. So I took the downgrade. I lost about $8,000 in my salary. But because I had already told the universe that I wanted to make a certain amount of money and I wanted to have this promotion, then I knew it was going to happen. I would always take little yellow sticky notes and write down my prayers and my desires, and I would stick it on my bathroom window so that every morning when I was washing my face or brushing my teeth, or whenever I took my shower and was getting dressed, I would see them and I would read them every morning, every night. It was the same routine. And I promise you, in a matter of 3 months, not only had I gotten the promotion to get my money back, the $8,000 to $9,000 that I lost, I got 2 more promotions that put me at the set pay that I wanted to make. So that is how manifestation can work. To some people, it appeared that I lost money. I was moving backwards, but I believed and I trusted that God was going to provide for me. He has never failed me, and I knew that he was going to come through, and I knew the universe was going to bless me with exactly what I want. So immediately after I took the change to lower grade and lost the money, within a month I interviewed for 3 different jobs, all at 3 different pay scales, and I got offered all 3 jobs. That's the power of manifestation, and it works, and it's a beautiful thing. And I would encourage each and every one of you to dream bigger than you are dreaming, to ask the universe for things that most people would think you're a fool for asking for, to just have a vision that's so bold and so big that it will frighten you, and to believe that you are worthy to receive those things, and to know that you are worthy to receive those things. And don't just let it stop at getting cars and jobs, but let it spill over to having better relationships with your family members, better relationship with your kids, and having optimal health, and being a better person, a more grateful person, and just living a life full of love, peace, and harmony. And when you start to incorporate these things, and when you start to take on this type of mindset, the negativity is going to fall off of. the negative Nancy's, honey, the gossiping people, the people that don't like you, they're just going to disappear. They're going to flee. And don't go looking for them. Let them go. Because I promise you, when you get in the abundance mindset, those people who are negative, those people who are not for you, those people who don't believe in the power of manifesting, who don't believe that blessings can just overtake you, they're going to flee. They're going to leave. And you're better off without them anyway. So this is not so much about losing people or giving up things, but it's more about opening your life up and opening your heart up and opening your mind up to receive all that God has for you. You know, the universe, the world is so full of resources. And I think we limit ourselves when we feel like, oh, I'm good with what I have. This is enough. And even though it may be enough for where you are right now, is it enough to be a blessing to future generations? Is it enough to be a blessing to the people you love and adore? Is it enough to provide the type of lifestyle and the comfort that you want when you retire and when you're a little older? You know, when we get to that point where we're older and we're no longer able to work, we're no longer able to do the things we used to do, wouldn't it be nice to have the resources, to have the mindset and the will to be able to provide and care for yourself in a way that you're not dependent upon anyone else? And it's really about, you know, manifesting the type of lifestyle that I can cater to my needs 20 years from now, 30 years from now, that I'm able to set up an inheritance, not just for my grandkids, but for my grandkids' kids. And to be able to have a life that's so full of joy and so full of good things and good people that there's no lack, there's no poverty, there's no sacrifice, not the type of sacrificing that you have to do when you don't have enough finances to pay your bills, or you don't have the money, so you have to decide if it's buying grocery or getting medicine, if it's buying grocery or paying your car insurance, if it's getting gas in your car versus being able to treat your kids to something. I just think, especially as a single woman, and there's a lot of single women out there, and I want to see us get to a point where we are living our best lives and we are able to truly set an example for those that are coming behind us, and to show them that you don't have to depend on someone else to take care of you. You don't have to depend on someone else to meet your needs. But that if the universe and if God wants to bless you with a mate, that the two of you can come together and build wealth, then that's wonderful. But what happens if it doesn't happen? We still have to continue to move through life. We have to be able to enjoy life and to live life in a way that our kids, our grandkids, our nieces, our nephews, whomever it is that you're being a role model for, can look at you and see that you're living your life with such grace and elegance, and that you're really enjoying life. And not only you're enjoying life, but you're thriving. And that, to me, is the best example that you can set for anyone that's watching you. Anyone that's maybe giving up hope. Anyone that's struggling. Anyone that's going through a rough time. And we have to apply the principles to our life so that we can show people that being a good person and being a person with a grateful heart can set you up for a life that's full of abundance, a life that's full of grace, a life that's full of mercy, a life that's full of good things and good things for you to enjoy. And I think that the most depressing thing for me would be to go through this life and to navigate this world and not truly enjoy the life in the time that I was given on this earth. I think that when it's all said and done, I want to know that I truly lived my best life. I want to know that I made a difference. And I want to know that I set a good example for anyone that's coming behind me, to know that this life doesn't have to always be about struggle. This life doesn't always have to be about chaos. This life doesn't always have to be about pain and suffering. That you can have a good life and you can take those hard times and you can spin them around and you can truly show someone how to navigate and how to live a good life and how to be and to show up as your best self. And if we can do that, then I think we have mastered this game called life. And that's all I have for you. And I'm hoping that each and every one of you live a blessed life and you have a wonderful and blessed day.